the gun now on third down.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
So possession goes over here on the punt. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed.
Well, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
Second and 20.
A very good move, but for a short gain out near the 32. So it's third and long, and defensively not a real surprise there in the dime. Eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something that maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 34. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
Robinson up the middle.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And now look at him go. He's at the 30. 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, really a fantastic play, not only to pick that off, but he had to run a long way, Charles, the other direction to hit pay dirt. He did it, and they've got the first lead.
And that certainly changes the early tone of this game, doesn't it, partner? One moment, they were going to be in early control. Now they just have a few moments to clear their heads and get back out there against an electrified defense.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They're probably lucky to only be down 7-0 as they come up 1st and 10. After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now here's a throw. It's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Handoff now to Robinson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 more there and another 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up to throw. Oh, he makes the catch off the tip by the safety. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Well, they're going to get about 3 here out of this 1st down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
On the give, here's Robinson. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
Oh, how about this on 1st and goal? And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. He's going to drop this underneath for Robinson. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
that might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get it out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. It's been an awfully slow start for them. This is their 3rd possession. They don't have a first down yet.
So that means they have to change up what they're doing, and for some teams, it's a change in tempo, usually moving it to more up-tempo type of an offense just to try and change their fortunes right now. What they've been doing so far isn't working. Maybe they'll do that.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They'll look to throw here. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked out before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Hunter. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. His throw caught at about the 5. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there. His third rushing touchdown on the year. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 41 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And he'll just get rid of it. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that, right?
Yeah, he said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll start this drive out on the ground. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here. Looking to throw. Buying time to his left. And he'll be out right at the 35. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Facing 2nd and short, that gives you a chance to go for a bigger play through the air. But I think he said to himself, why not just handle this one? Got all the yards he needed and then some, and made that snap a huge success.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now he breaks free in the middle of the field. Touchdown! A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Now the try here for the extra point. And it's 21-3. So the drive there took 6 plays. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Robinson with another carry, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I'm guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. He'll look to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to the ground with Robinson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Brewer. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
You know I'm old school, so I always want a hammer in my backfield. But in short yardage situations, 3rd down pickups, I got to have him. And he picked it up for him right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete right around the 8. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Robinson going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? Again, it'll be Robinson. And the spin looked pretty, but more for style points as the real estate evaporated quickly there. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
I don't even have to stretch for this one. This is 4-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the 4th quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one, but I don't think they're built like that.
They'll try to run this one in, and he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Crusaders get a bit closer. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. That one was an extended drive. 14 plays all told. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
So they bring out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. And they will take over 1st and 10. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Brewer. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Out of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. One back in the backfield. And he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the defense. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having two hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Now this offense back out and set to go for the. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Hands it off out of the gun. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or two short here with 3rd down coming up. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up 1st downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. And this one is right through. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he returns this to the 22. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back to throw now on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll look to throw. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing, because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll begin up at legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Benny Snell, well over 100 yards receiving, and a touchdown catch as well. From there, we head down to sunny Miami to check on the Dolphins at home at Hard Rock Stadium. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. The Dolphins are hanging in there in the playoff race as they jump above 500 now to 4-3 on the year. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Baltimore Ravens. The Flyers' hot start continues as they run their mark to 6-1 with the victory there. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Fields it right around the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Second and 6. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available, because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. A decent run there following the display of quick feet down just inside the 45. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down. A little do-it-yourself run right there, and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
2nd and 4. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Oh, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. Back to throw here. And it's caught. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. They'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Now on 4th down, out comes the field goal unit here. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And his kick is good. And the lead now 11, 24-13. Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points. Keep making it difficult for them to come back.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same, because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, third and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Right back to him on first down. He'll get this to about the 38.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
The red challenge flag making an appearance. Doug Peterson not liking what he saw there. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Brewer. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's going to be told to go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
He's known for his legs and his fancy footwork, but he's not getting much of a chance to use it here. The defense continued to hold the upper hand by bringing him down on that play.
And on now is the punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead, but that was a drive that was so long it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively, and it'll bring up 2nd down. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, They almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another first down there.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Got his big wide receiver complete. That's another gain of 15 on back-to-back plays. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll run on the draw. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Well, throw on the quick slant going to be complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. His 5th catch tonight, and it's good for a first down.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A gain of 22. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Sean Wilson from a yard out. And the Lancers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. So that one a long 11-play drive. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. They'll look to throw again. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
The OKC offense ready to set up shop again. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the 1st. Give him 9 on the carry, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a 1st down.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a 1st down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it. He doesn't want to give up any soft completions, no late points. He wants his lead to stay right where it is.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. The throw over the middle taken in. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Well, you hate that defensively. They had him pretty well corralled, but the face mask, that obviously changes things.
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating because you feel like you did everything right. You had him stop, but the hand gets up just a little too high, and the natural inclination is to hold on, and that's going to get called every time.
Back to throw again. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 8. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. This will cost him 11 yards there on the 2nd and goal sack.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. It'll be a gain of 5, but they're still left with a long 4th and goal.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. 64 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Here's Hunter. And at a 42-yard line here and brought down there. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. The offense on third down tonight, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains. It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. This is Hunter. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the gun, he'll hand this off. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the home team here, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they'll get another home date next week as the Patriots will come to town. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they dropped just their second game so far as they fall to 5-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.